want to talk about support. How do we support each other? I think in relationships, sometimes we tend to maybe fall into habits, behaviors, if you will, of supporting our partner in ways that maybe we want to be supported. So I'll kind of give you an example of what takes place versus later we'll go into what we can do to support in a very healthy way. An example of what sometimes takes place is that you may support your partner in a way that you want to be supported. So an example of that could be if I'd like to be supported by hugs, kisses, then I may provide my partner with that. And it may be difficult for me to see if that's an issue because I like it, so why is it an issue? Right? Kind of makes sense. So instead what we do is we just break this whole process of support down into a conversation. And it's where you sit down with your partner and the both of you, you guys, you and your partner have a conversation that goes into how do you want to receive support, right? So that's part one. Part two goes into how do you want to receive support during X type of situation? And this is where it gets a little bit interesting because we tend to receive support sometimes a little bit different in certain situations. One situation can be that, you're waking up in the morning, 6 a.m. or whatever, and you want your partner to support you by getting you a nice hot cup of coffee, right? So that's one example. Another could be that you just had a really tough day at work because you're a school teacher and everybody was talking and you had no time for quietness, no time for self-care. So then you get home and you're really exhausted and you're drained, and then your partner wants to provide support, but they want to provide support by speaking with you, engaging with you. How are you doing? What's going on? What type of day did you have today? Which are really great questions. But then of course the issue is that you just spent the entire day with tons and tons of noise. So you want to come home and you don't want that type of support. Maybe you want support that's just quiet. Like, I want to be physically in the same environment as you, but let's just bring the noise down a little bit. So in your relationship, look at this equation. See where you're at with providing each other with support, and then engage in the conversation. Engage in the conversation of what type of support do you like to receive? How do you want me as your partner to support you? Right? That's part one. And then part two, go into different examples and situations of how you can shift the manner in which you're approaching your partner. And then the last tip of support that I want to give you before you head off, and again, I appreciate you letting me in your ears, is that you evaluate. Just like you're in school, you're at work, there's always these evaluations that take place. Evaluations allow us to know if what I'm doing is effective, other than just guessing or assuming, right? So stay away from that and look at an evaluation between you and your partner. At the end of the week, at the end of 7 days, as your partner, hey, these last 7 days, have I been supporting you in the way that you want to be supported? Or have you been supporting me in the ways that I want to be supported? And of course, provide each other with kindness and appreciation and gratitude for the type of support that you're currently receiving, but also look at areas of improvement. Look for those tweaks. Often those are tweaks that allow one person to get just a little bit closer to the other, and then we can sprinkle a little bit of nourishment to the relationship. Take care.